In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 10 ultralight backpacking tips to help you reduce weight and have a better time in the outdoors so you can enjoy your experience, travel more miles and kilometers, and see this wonderful world we live in. Now, there are 4 top keys to making sure that your backpack is as light as possible. And the number one thing, oh, maybe that's 2, the number one thing is the backpack itself. I've got a really heavy Arc'teryx backpack here. That thing is 5 pounds or 2.5 kilos. I've got my Speed 40, which is about half the weight. This one doesn't carry as much weight as that one, but that's the whole point. Look at when you're purchasing a backpack to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't need this huge backpack. I can go with something smaller. That will make a big, big difference in your weight. The second thing is shelter. Whether you have a big old honkin' tent or you sleep under a tarp using trekking poles like I do, it can be a big, big difference. Today's lightweight tents are in the 3-pound sort of range, which is really nice. The MSR Hubba, the Seed House, lots of options where they're mesh, single wall, big deal there. But I found sleeping under a tarp with my trekking poles that I'm going to use anyway, my entire shelter weight is well under a pound, so that can be a huge weight savings. The next thing to look at are sleeping bags. Glorious sleeping bags, many options. Check out my videos and other parts of my channel here to tell you about sleeping bags, but this is one that's really hard to get away from the weight. But there are a lot of people who use an ultralight synthetic quilt nowadays for long distance backpacking to help them save weight. That makes a big difference. So whether you use a down sleeping bag, which is the lightest versus the warmth, or a down or a synthetic quilt, that can make a big difference too. And then the other thing, the number 4 item that make a huge difference in the weight are your sleeping pads. What are you going to sleep on? Are you going to bring an air mattress or a foam pad? These actually weigh the same, but I sleep better on the air pad versus the foam pad. However, I have put holes in my air pad. I have never put holes in my foam pad, so that is a consideration. Also, super secret trick, get the 3/4 length pad instead of the full length pad. Put your backpack under your legs and you can save ounces and ounces on your backpacking trip. The next key thing is to be a weight fanatic. Literally go purchase yourself a scale, go to the store, go to your local office supply store or order it online. Links below in the description. Get a scale and weigh everything. Because you're always wondering, how come my pack weighs 20 pounds? Individual items don't weigh that much. It's because all those little ounces or grams add up to 20 pounds or 12 kilos. Be a fanatic. The next thing to consider is switching to an alcohol stove. This little ugly stove here has served me 20 years. I could throw my stove off the Empire State Building, have it bounce off the concrete, fill it with alcohol, light it, and I could be boiling water in 3 minutes. Can you do that with your stove? Think about that one, rocket folks. So that is a huge weight savings, is going to an alcohol stove. Caveat, some locations do not allow alcohol stoves because of the fire danger or other considerations. So just check into that. And I think one of the stands is like banned denatured alcohol and whatever. So that's something to look at. Next, tip number 8, water bottles. These water bottles are spectacular. Nalgene's love them. This is the REI brand. They're ostensibly all the same, but the hard-sided bottles are heavy. They're great for the winter travel, super nice here, but nowadays what I use are simple disposable plastic bottles. Yes, I'm actually reusing them because I'll literally buy my Gatorade, I'll tear the plastic off, I'll drink that on the trail, glug, 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 until I run out, and then I use a 1-liter bladder to refill, purify water, and then I pour that into here, and this is so much lighter than the hard-sided bottles. It makes a big difference. Next question, boots versus shoes. You know, that's the next tip. Maybe this is tip 8 or 9, but do you bring big old honking shoes or do you bring runners? almost 3 pounds or 1.5 kilos versus just under a pound or like a couple hundred grams. This is a huge difference because the theory is that every pound on your foot is worth 5 in your backpack. So if you think, oh, I need these super heavy boots to protect my feet, maybe, but you're going to make yourself miserable versus a lighter hiker or even trail runners or running shoes. It makes a big, big difference. And the number one tip I'm going to give you here is don't bring it. As much as I love my reading on my camping, do I really want to carry that 1 pound book hauling into the backcountry? No, I just don't. Nowadays, of course, people have their phones, so you can always just read on your phone. Think about that. Download it to your favorite reading app and then read on your phone since you're going to have your phone with you probably anyway. But all the other gear, oh, I need this, I need that. You don't need it. You need a shelter. You don't even need a shelter if the weather's perfect. You need a sleeping bag or something to contain your warmth. You need a sleeping pad and something to carry it in. I've seen people sleeping out without shelters in perfect weather, so you can get that down to like a little day pack and have a good time. Hopefully these 10 tips to help you get into ultralight backpacking helped you so you can go in the outdoors and enjoy your experience. In the description, please check out links to my books, Antarctic Tears, Lost at Windy Corner, Adventure Expedition 1, How to Keep Your Feet Warm in the Cold, the Jackson Hole Hiking Guide, The Most Crucial Knots to Know, and the 2024 Total Eclipse Guides. Also check out my shows World Beyond and Antarctic Tears. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy your ultralight backpacking.